For many years, Elon Musk has promised a future where cars will drive themselves. And now, Tesla may have taken its biggest step yet with the revelation of the Robotaxi, a vehicle built to operate without a driver and potentially change the face of transportation forever. Fans are calling it a game changer. Critics remain skeptical, while other brands are paying close attention. But the question is this truly the beginning of a driverless future, or another ambitious Tesla vision that has a long way to go? Let's take a closer look. Number 1. The shocking revelation. When Tesla first unveiled its Robotaxi concept, often referred to as SkyCab by online creators in its early coverage, the reaction wasn't just interest, it was pure shock. In a world where most people are already used to electric vehicles and partial autonomy, this felt like a completely different category of machine. Unlike previous Tesla announcements, this wasn't designed as an upgrade or another model line. It was presented as a complete move in how transportation could work. A vehicle with no steering, no pedals, no traditional driver controls, just a purpose-built system designed to carry passengers from one point to another without human intervention. And the moment the visuals appeared on the screen, audiences instantly reacted. Some saw it as the most ambitious step Tesla has ever taken, while others questioned whether the time was right for it to hit the public roads. But either way, attention was fixed on it. Ultimately, the Robotaxi concept is not just about designing a car, but displacing the driver from the equation completely. This means having a rethink in everything from interior space to user interaction. Tesla is moving toward passenger experience instead of focusing on driving experience. During early demonstrations and visuals concepts, the design language is completely true to Tesla's minimalist philosophy. Focus was on clean interiors, open space, and a focus on comfort rather than control. The idea is simple. You enter the vehicle, choose a destination, and the system takes care of everything else. But what made this revelation special isn't just the design, it's timing. Independent driving has always been promised over the years across the industry, but only a few companies have tried to present a fully driverless commercial vision at this scale. This is the reason why the industry reacted so strongly, because if Tesla succeeds, it won't just improve transportation, it redefines it. Number 2. What makes the Robotaxi different? At first glance, the Tesla Robotaxi might look like just another car concept for the future. But what sets it apart is not the way it looks. It's what it removes from the whole equation. It has no steering wheel, no pedals, and no traditional driver interface. Everything about the vehicle is built around one key assumption, and that is the fact that humans are no longer the driver, only the passenger. That single shift changes the entire design philosophy. Tesla is building a system for independence instead of building a car for control. The Robotaxi is expected to depend on a network of cameras, sensors, and AI-driven decision-making that constantly interprets the situation of the road in real time. The goal is not assistance. It is full independence from human input. This is where the concept becomes more than just transportation. It becomes infrastructure. A Robotaxi is not just a vehicle you own. It's a vehicle you call. It arrives when you need it, completes the trip, and then moves on to the next passenger. The experience is intentionally minimal inside the cabin. The early concept visuals reveal open seating layouts, big display surfaces, and lighting designed for comfort rather than driving focus. The concept is that your attention will no longer be needed, so the interior becomes a space where work is done for rest or entertainment. Theoretically, this also changes how time will be valued during travel. Movement won't be seen as wasted time, because it will become a time that can be used. This makes watching videos, taking calls, or simply relaxing a normal experience. But the real difference is its scalability. Traditional ride-hailing services rely on human drivers. Tesla's vision takes away that limitation completely. A single fleet of self-driving vehicles could, in theory, operate continuously without stopping, shifting supply dynamics in a way the industry has never seen before. And that is why this is not just another electric car announcement. It is a direct challenge to how transportation itself is structured. Number 3. The Robotaxi passenger experience. When you imagine entering into a Tesla Robotaxi, the experience feels closer to entering a quiet, moving lounge than a traditional car. There's no driver's seat taking over the front, no steering wheel breaking the symmetry, just an open, purpose-built cabin designed entirely around the passenger. When you sit down, the first thing you notice is how everything still feels. No engine vibration, no sudden gear shifts, just a smooth silence as the vehicle prepares to move. From there, the system takes over completely. Once you input a destination, within seconds, the journey starts. Now, Imagine real passengers reacting in real time, looking around, slightly unsure at the initial stage, then gradually relaxing as the ride smooths out. Some might pull out their phones to record the moment, others simply sit back and take it in. The Robotaxi experience isn't just about movement, it's about reclaiming time. A trip to work becomes an opportunity to respond to emails. A trip to the airport becomes a moment to rest. Even short city rides feel different when you are no longer focused on traffic, signals, or other drivers. Inside the cabin, Tesla's design philosophy leans heavily on simplicity, soft lighting, minimal controls, and a screen interface that handles everything from navigation to entertainment. The goal is to make the vehicle feel less like machinery and more like a personal space that moves with you. But maybe the most interesting part is the psychological shift. At first, many passengers may feel a lack of control. No steering wheel to grab, no brake pedal, just the system and whatever decisions it takes. Yet over time, that feeling is expected to fade with time as they get familiar with it. And that's where the real transformation happens. It's not just in technology alone, but in how people get used to it. Because once passengers trust the system, the idea of driving yourself may start to feel unnecessary. At that moment, Tesla's Robotaxi stopped being just a concept. It becomes a new way of experiencing movement itself. Number 4. Why the industry is paying close attention. The reaction to Tesla's Robotaxi concept didn't stay within tech circles for a long time. It quickly spread across the entire transportation industry. And the reason is simple. This isn't just a new competitor. It's a potential restructuring of the market itself. Ride-hailing platforms like Uber and Lyft depend entirely on human drivers. Taxi networks rely on regulated fleets and labor forces. Even traditional automakers are still tied to a model where the driver is central to every journey. Tesla's Robotaxi concept removes that foundation entirely. If a fully self-driving fleet becomes viable, the cost structure of transportation changes dramatically. No driver wages, no shift schedules, no downtime between rides. Just a continuous vehicle operation managed by software. That shift alone could redefine pricing, availability, and ability to scale in urban transport systems. And this is why competitors are watching closely. It's not just about who builds the best car anymore. It's about who controls the platform that moves people. Tesla is positioning itself less like a car manufacturer and more like a moving network operator. For traditional automakers, the challenge is even more direct. Companies that have spent years perfecting engines, driving dynamics, and mechanical performance now face a future where those factors matter less than software reliability and AI decision-making. And then there's the question on public infrastructure. Cities would also need to adapt to fleets of self-driving vehicles constantly circulating through streets. Traffic management, safety regulations, and insurance frameworks would all need to grow alongside the technology. But perhaps the biggest concern in the industry is timing. Tesla has made bold claims before, and full self-driving has remained just out of reach for years. Critics argue that real-world conditions, such as weather, unpredictable human behavior, and regulatory barriers, make full deployment extremely difficult. And still, even being skeptical adds to the impact, because whether people believe it will happen next year or in 10 years, everyone is now forced to take the idea seriously, and that alone is enough to shake an entire industry. Some analysts even believe the long-term effects could extend beyond transportation. If self-driving fleets become widely available and cheaper, very few people may feel the need to own a vehicle at all. That could influence everything from parking infrastructure and urban planning to sales of cars and insurance markets, which creates ripple effects across multiple industries. Number 5. The roadblocks Tesla still has to overcome. For all the excitement and hype surrounding Tesla's Robotaxi vision, there is one question that remains. Can it actually work at the scale Elon Musk imagines? The biggest challenge is trust. People are used to being in control when they travel, and even when passengers use ride-sharing services, there is still a human driver behind the wheel. Robotaxi asks people to take a much bigger leap of faith, placing their safety entirely in the hands of software. That may be easier said than done. A self-driving system must have the capability of handling a number of situations that occur every day on public roads, such as unexpected construction zones, aggressive drivers, pedestrians crossing without warning, and severe weather conditions. The list is almost endless. But while artificial intelligence has made remarkable progress, critics argue that real-world driving remains one of the most complex challenges in technology. Then there is the regulatory hurdle. Even if the technology is ready, governments and transportation authorities must decide where and how self-driving vehicles can operate. Different countries, states, and cities have different rules. which means that widespread deployment could take years rather than months. Another factor is competition. Tesla may dominate the headlines, but it is far from the only company pursuing self-driving transportation. So many firms have spent years developing self-driving systems, and many are determined to secure a share of what could become a trillion-dollar industry. Despite all these challenges, Tesla continues to push forward. The company believes that progress in artificial intelligence, computing power, and real-world driving data will at the end of the day make self-driving transportation both practical and affordable. And whether that vision arrives sooner or later remains uncertain. What is certain is that the conversation has already changed. The Robotaxi is no longer just a science fiction idea that is meant for the distant future. It is now a real project being debated by governments, businesses, investors, and everyday drivers alike. And if Tesla manages to overcome these final challenges, the transportation industry may never look the same again. Whether Tesla's Robotaxi becomes the future of transportation or faces years of challenges ahead, one thing is clear. The race toward a driverless world is already underway, and if Elon Musk's vision becomes a reality, the way we think about cars, commuting, and even ownership could change forever. What do you think? Would you trust a fully self-driving Robotaxi with no steering wheel or pedals? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more tech and innovation stories.